What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome to the review as Brentford took on Chelsea in yesterday's evening kickoff where it ended Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. Before we do get into this video, please if you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification button so you never miss a video. So the points were shared in this particular fixture as Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. Not ideal, but not exactly the end of the world. Seeming to be that we started with a very much changed side, that's for sure. Jarell Hato making his debut as well as Fanduko Buonanotte. So a few changes in that particular area of the park as well as obviously Jamie Gittins making his full Premier League debut. Seeming to be that we had to make many changes due to international break and the games that we have coming up in the next 10 days. It was a bit of a strange one. Chelsea dominated the lot of possession, it seems to be. I didn't really catch the first half, in all fairness. But we looked to have kind of dominate possession, not really do much until it came to the 35th minute, where it was Kevin Shard who opened up the scoring. A decent lofted ball over the top, found himself one-on-one with Robert Sanchez, and as simple as that, he made the game open up with a 1-0 lead. Going into the second half, Chelsea made a triple change there, seeming to take off Jarell Hato for Wesley Fofana, and was preferred for James and Cucurella as well, obviously with the attacking side with George coming on for Jamie Gittins. He then later made a change where Cole Palmer was able to be introduced onto the pitch. Obviously he had issues with his different injuries he's had in the past and so on, so interesting to kind of get him back into the squad as João Pedro looked kind of starved of service, in fairness. But yeah, it was just a bit of a kind of difficult game for many players, but up to that Cole Palmer, a simple but effective finish at the same time as the ball was lofted into the area. It was a lovely kind of first time finish and he did very well to react the way he did. At that point in time, the game kind of changed the balance. We still remained in a lot in possession and we still remained a lot of chances. Pedro Neto and Cole Palmer coming very close at one moment in time. But up stepped Moises Caicedo as Alejandro Garnacho made his debut in the 80th minute, I'm pretty sure it was. Whipped a ball in, done really well. Kind of the clearance was made, it fell out to Moises Caicedo and up stepped Caicedo. He loves to score a brilliant goal and that's exactly what he did at this moment in time and scored a fantastic goal. And with 5 minutes to spare, you can only think that the game was done and dusted, but unfortunately they have a long throw-in merchant, it seemed to be, and we could not stop that whatsoever. Really unfortunate that was the case, as the ball was put into the air and it was such a good throw-in. It was very much Rory Delap-esque in some ways, and unfortunately Fabio Carvalho did latch onto it. Calls for an offside. I've looked at it and I would say yes, it is offside, but at the same time, what do you do in those particular moments? There's not a lot you can really do, in fairness, by just kind of swallow that at this moment in time. Yes, it could have been an offside. Yes, we could have walked away with all 3 points. Was it realistically deserved? Probably only based off the second half performance. Wesley Fofana looked completely out of his depth on the right hand side, so defensive issues were very clear, as well as Jarell Hato. Couldn't say that he's ready by any means whatsoever, and he definitely needs to be able to get up to pace with the Premier League football sides of things, but it's completely different to the Eredivisie. But we cannot be slating players at this moment in time because there is so much more game time to give them and so much more chances to offer, that is for sure. Overall, a result that ideally you would want by going obviously after the international break at 2-2. I said 1-1 at this particular point before the game. I think when you look at it, when we're so close to victory and just one lapse in concentration with the defence allows them into the game and gets them a result, at least with a shared amount of points, then it feels very unfortunate. But it's just one of those, we have to accept it for what it is and move on to the big time. Pretty sure it's on Tuesday as we face German champions Bayern Munich, which is going to be a very interesting tie, that's for sure. So it's not going to be an easy one. It's actually Wednesday we play, sorry, correct myself, not Tuesday. So it's going to be an interesting one. That is for sure. This was the lineup, a very changed lineup as I mentioned. Disregard that bit where I've put Santos there, obviously that was for Enzo, I just haven't changed that is my bad. Sanchez in goal, Tosin, Chalobah, Fofana, Hato, Fernandes, Caicedo, Gittins, Buonanotte, Neto and João Pedro. I haven't watched the whole game, so I can't exactly comment in terms of player ratings. I can only go off of what's been said in news articles and what I've seen in different highlights. Fofana and Hato look completely out of their depth, with Chalobah and Tosin, not exactly the best games as the partnering two. Enzo Fernandez didn't really seem to contribute to massive factors of the game, but he was there or thereabouts in fairness. I don't think he had a very poor game, but I just don't think he had the best game in a Chelsea shirt, that's for sure. Moises Caicedo seemed to have sealed the deal, but unfortunately not to be, with a very good goal. Nevertheless, Buonanotte had an okay debut, made a nuisance of himself off the ball, but didn't really seem to do nothing on it, with just some neat touches here and there. Pedro Neto putting himself in good positions, denied a last-ditch Ethan Pinnock block in fairness, and it would have been a very good goal. And for Jamie Gittins and João Pedro, it was probably a day to forget in a Chelsea shirt. The substitutions definitely worked. I think Cucurella, Reece James, they've come on really well. Garnacho looked sharp. Cole Palmer looked good. Tyreek George, I felt like he made impacts at one point, but in fairness, I just don't know if he was the right player to really bring on, because he's playing as a striker and it's just not the right option in my opinion. But it's an interesting one, and we've got a big game against Bayern Munich, as I mentioned, and then we travel over to Old Trafford against Manchester United, and then over to Lincoln the week after. So, lot of games to play, lot of moments to be created. Let's just hope that we're on the right side of them. But until then, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.